What's up, Cave Dwellers Cup? My name is Squirt, and I'm here for the Week 7 rundown. Sorry I haven't been around. I was moving. I didn't have a laptop charger, but we're back. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with the East Lords, Dan Lamella versus White Lightning, Jared Axtell. Jared came out on top in a big win. We needed Dan to lose, and he finally did after 5 in a row. We finally broke down. Final score being 112-98. I'll start with Jared's team. Even with Jordy Nelson getting 1 point, he snuck away with the victory. He had Aaron Rodgers and Jeremy Hill, along with Mikey Wallace, all totaling over 20 points. That's what you look for. He had 23 total points on his bench, 3 of them scoring, the rest being out or on a bye. Actually, all out. So big win for Jared, and the league finally breaking down Dan's 5-1 start, now falling to 5-2. On Dan's side, like I mentioned, he had a 5-game win streak going on. What I noticed that hurt him was LeGarrette Blount being benched, along with Jamison Crowder. I noticed that he doesn't really have a spot for Blount, which I don't blame him. He has pretty good backs. Shady went down early, which hurt, but there's nothing you could do. I went with Blount personally, but I mean, you never know with the Patriots offense. Moving on to D's Nuts, Ed Kraft versus Team Blitzkrieg, Drew Malakowicz / Kevin Katulis. Team Blitzkrieg taking this one 149-119. We'll start with Drew / Kev. And mark down, he had 4 people with 20 plus. David Johnson, T.Y. Hilton, Michael Crabtree, and Tavon Austin. It's a huge week. Can't ask for more than that. Even with Zeke on a bye, Zeke's had 4 straight with 100 plus. So Team Blitzkrieg is scary good. Moving on to D's Nuts. He really didn't have all that bad of a week, but I did notice he had Robert Woods in, who was out. Shred, what's going on, you Benny? Come on now, kid. Also, he had Adams and Cobb combined 66, so it's a huge week right there. Both on the same team. Moving on to Golden Goats, Glenn versus the Gary Bertiers, Joe Perry. Glenn taking this one 128-95. Glenn had a pretty solid week even throughout. He had good scoring points through Drew Brees and Le'Veon Bell, obviously. Frank Gore, Demaryius Thomas on Monday night. Jimmy Graham had a decent week with 10, and the Ravens defense giving him a solid 17. He had Delaney Walker on the bench along with Willie Snead. You put them in the lineup, and man, you got a pretty solid week. Probably the top scorer. Moving on to the Gary Bertiers, scoring 95 points. Pretty tough, but it wasn't the worst in the league, so you can't bash that much. He had 9 points between his flex, his kicker, and his defense, and when you do that, you're gonna have a pretty bad week. Moving on to the Dirty Naders in Andrew Nelson versus Y'all Wanna Win, Put Booby in, Dave. Dave had a solid performance overall with Julio and Jahi. He had 25 from the Eagles defense, but his tight end and his flex totaled 3. So a little inconsistency even though he had some big numbers. The big question is, how long will Jay Ajayi stay this good? I guess next week can tell. Going on to Nelson's team, 114. He had his quarterback in Sam Bradford give him a nice goose egg. I heard rumors that Nelson is trying to clean house. I know that there are some talks for Amari, anyone really. Big Ben, I heard, was practicing this week, so maybe you can steal him. Who knows? Green Bastards and Drew. Lamella versus Team Gilliam, obviously Russ. 132-81. The Green Bastards taking this one. Andrew Luck and Melvin Gordon, both 25 and 35. That's great. That's a good way to start your week right there. That leading the charge. He also had 70 points on his bench with 2 people inactive. It's pretty good numbers. That means that Drew has some serious depth in his lineup, and he looks to move and use that to his advantage moving forward. Going on to Russ's team, he had only 3 people in double digits. Marcus Mariota with 13, Todd Gurley with 14, and Larry Fitz with 16. Matt Jones had a nice 0, and then obviously Odell didn't have a big week with 9. So just an off week for Russ, but he looks to bounce back next week. Last matchup of the week, we have Butt Snorkelers, myself, Squirt, versus Roma wins titles in Brady. I won this one 130 to 82. I said for myself, I had a pretty solid week throughout. Can't really bash on it other than Stephon Diggs and the Titans D. I left a lot of points on the bench, but I hope to bounce back, maybe make a trade with Nelly. We'll see. But now I'm on a 2-game winning streak and looking to improve on that next week. We got Brady. Sorry, I just talked so positive about my team, but Brady's team is so negative. It's just getting uglier by the weeks. He had Jamal give him a nice goose egg, and his 2 running backs totaled 2, with Jamal Charles at 0 and Jordan Howard at 2. It's pretty rough doing that. I noticed that he did the dual tight end in his flex, so he had Vernon Davis in his flex and Julius Thomas, and I think that was the most effective part of his lineup. So just make some right decisions next week, and you might be able to bounce back. Power rankings instead of doing awards each week. So our power rankings as of week 7 include number 1, Team Blitzkrieg. Number 2, Yeast Lords. Number 3, Golden Goats. Number 4, D's Nuts. Number 5, Dirty Naders. Number 6, Team Gilliam. Number 7, The Green Bastards. Number 8, Y'all Wanna Win, Put Booby In. Number 9, White Lightning. 10 at Butt Snorkelers. 11, the Gary Bertiers, and rounding off the bottom of the power rankings at 12 is Roma wins titles. After 7 weeks, the standings are Yeast Lords 5-2, Golden Goats 4-3, D's Nuts 4-3, the Green Bastards 3-3 and 1, Butt Snorkeler 3-3-1. The Dirty Naders 3-4. Moving on to the West Division, we have Team Blitzkrieg at 5-2, White Lightning at 3-3-1, Team Gilliam 3-4-0. Y'all Wanna Win, Put Booby In 3-4. Roma wins titles 3-4, and the Gary Bertiers at 1-5.